today, and I'm going to turn it over to Governor John Bel Edwards. And I just want to thank you, Governor, and First Lady Edwards, for all the support that you have provided the state over the last year and a half as we've been trying to fight COVID. Today's event is just an example of the work that we've been doing across the state, but we could not do it without y'all's leadership. So I thank everybody who's here today, but especially you, Governor, for the leadership and support you provided our community and our state as a whole. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you coming out to the quarters today and taking part in this COVID event, this vaccine event. Incredibly important. I cannot tell you how happy Don and I are to be here and to see so many of our younger kids, those 5 to 11, who have decided, obviously, with their parents, that they want to be vaccinated, they want to be protected, and they want to protect their families. Couldn't be more important than right now, once we're going into the holidays. And by the way, so I don't forget, I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thanksgiving, but I also want to wish you a safe Thanksgiving. And let's be safe with respect to COVID as well. I know this is going to be a big relief to the parents and the grandparents, the families of these young people who are being vaccinated. I want to tell you that as of today, about 11,517 kids between 5 and 11 have actually received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. If you look at all the kids between 5 and 17, and right now we don't have it authorized below 5, but between 5 and 17, it's it's over 100,000. What is the number there? Oh, I'm sorry, 119,000 have actually been vaccinated, and that's great. But of course, we got a long way to go. Just like we got a lot more adults out there who need to be vaccinated as well. Why is this important? Because this pandemic is real. People don't just get the virus, they get the disease and they get sick. They have to go to the hospital and sometimes they die. And that is even true for kids. So we've had more than 100,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in children. More than 100,000. Unfortunately, 18 of those kids have died. But we've also had 274 diagnosed with the multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children. And unfortunately, 14 of those children have died as well. But it's not just about kids' health themselves, although that's incredibly important. What we know is if you were infected, you're also infectious. And the vaccine makes it much less likely that you will ever become infected, and therefore you're not going to infect those around you. Maybe your parents or your older brothers or sisters or your grandparents, aunts and uncles, neighbors, who knows? So I encourage everyone, all the parents, all the guardians out there, if you haven't made the decision to have your children vaccinated and they're eligible for the vaccine, please speak to your children's pediatricians. Get those expert medical opinions to help inform your decision. And then when you make that decision, please make the decision to have your children vaccinated. It's going to make for a safer school environment for teachers and staff, for their their friends and their family members and the community at large. And again, if we do it ahead of the holidays, we know that we will curb transmission in cases. And I just want to remind everybody what the holidays looked like last year during the pandemic. There was a surge coming out of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's because people are traveling, they're getting together, and we want to be able to do that, but we want people to do it safely. And part of safety now, because we didn't have it available for everybody last year. In fact, we didn't have any available until the middle of December last year. But we've got these vaccines available, so I encourage everybody to do that. Have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. And I believe that at this point, oh, by the way, I want to thank everybody who is making this possible. I want to thank the temples who own the quarters and opened up this venue today. I want to thank all the managed care organizations. I want to thank Links. I want to thank everybody having anything to do with this. But most importantly, thank the parents and these kids for showing up in big numbers to get vaccinated today. And speaking of thank yous, I need to thank the Louisiana Department of Health, so ably led by Dr. Courtney Phillips. She's doing a great job. And then I also want to thank the mayor, Sharon Weston Broom, for her leadership, for her friendship, for her partnership. And Sharon, it's your turn.
Okay. Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, this is a great Sunday. Part of our vision for this city is to have a safe, hopeful, and healthy community. And getting vaccinated aligns with having a healthy community. Having our families, our parents, Governor, our children get vaccinated, that adds to having a healthy community. I just left 2 church services and I was so impressed, Governor, that one of the pastors said that their church was 99% vaccinated. I think that's a good percentage. And so we have certainly made progress in our fight against COVID-19 in East Baton Rouge Parish. And when we look at the data, it's apparent that this is one of the effects of our residents rolling up their sleeves and getting their COVID-19 vaccine. And it's been a team effort. It's been with our state. It's been with organizations like we have out here today, a team effort that has helped us accomplish this. And throughout this pandemic, we've seen how the reality of COVID-19 has shaped the lives of our young people. They've missed school activities, sporting events, and the opportunity to create memories with their family. And today is a breakthrough day for this to happen for our young people. Now the children 5 and above are able to get their safe and effective vaccine. And I want to thank everyone involved once again for this event, because this event empowers our community to learn more about these safe and effective vaccines. Together, we can roll up our sleeves, get vaccinated, and ensure that everyone can have safe, hopeful, and healthy lives. Thank you all for participating today and for this continued collaboration in the fight to protect the health and safety of our community. God bless.
Another key partner that we've had is our legislative leadership. And under the Legislative Black Caucus, that leadership is led by Representative Ted James. And they've been a key partner across our state in terms of having vaccine events and helping us to push the word out. So I do want to turn it over to you, Chairman, and say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips, and thank you to our governor for his tremendous leadership on this issue, and my mayor, our mayor, Sharon Weston Broome, for her leadership with continuing to make sure that our residents are getting the vaccine. Many of you know my personal story with COVID, so these events are drastically important for not just myself, but for the entire Legislative Black Caucus. I also, on behalf of the caucus, want to thank each and every community organization, because we know that we are doing this work together to make sure that we have trusted organizations getting the information out about the vaccine. I'm a little bit jealous today because my little girl is only 4, so she's not eligible for the vaccine, but I will tell you, as a parent raising a young child, I am extremely fortunate for the quarters, not only for opening their doors today, but for the governor and the mayor for making this event possible, because it is extremely important that we make sure that our young people are vaccinated. We make sure that our young people no longer have school interrupted and sporting events interrupted, and it is our charge as a caucus to continue to work with the department and Dr. Phillips, her extraordinary leadership, and her entire team to make sure that we are doing these events all across the state. So parents, thank you so much for listening to medical advice, listening to the healthcare providers that have pushed us to make sure that we roll up our sleeves. And today is such a beautiful day. I rolled up. Brittany, I was so excited to see the long line outside, and there was a couple that rolled up. And they said, wow, is this the line? And I was like, ma'am, unfortunately, yes, this is the line. If you have any questions, you have to talk to Brittany, because she runs the place. But thank you all for showing up. Again, thank you, Dr. Phillips, Mayor Broome, Governor Edwards, and our First Lady, Donna, for all of your efforts to make sure that our community continues to do our part in keeping each other safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chairman. The brainchild of this event really came out of two organizations here in Baton Rouge, and that's the Links organization, both the La Capitale chapter and the Baton Rouge chapter. They received and applied a grant for their national organization to do some work in the fight COVID in our Baton Rouge community, and came up with this idea to do some media, marketing, and advertising, so you'll see billboards across the Baton Rouge area. But they wanted to take a step further and knew that 5 to 11 eligibility was coming soon and started planning these events a couple of months ago. And it really was a true community effort. Thank you to the Temple family who volunteered their space. They knew that this would be a wonderful opportunity for parents to bring their children right before the Thanksgiving holiday. So they opened up their doors to us as a community. So we want to make sure that we support them and continue to do what we need to do for these type of organizations. But again, thank you to both of the Links chapter for being invested in our community to make sure that folks have the information that they need to be able to make an informed decision. So with that, I do want to turn it over to both of the chapter presidents to say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. Thank you all for being here, Brittany especially. Thank you to you and Collis. The Links Incorporated are 16,000 members across the United States, the Bahamas, and the UK. And one thing that is consistent with the Links is that we believe in the health and safety of our communities. So this was an excellent opportunity for us to partner with the Department of Health and Hospitals, all the healthcare organizations, the state, and when we drove up, Ted said it was unfortunate. I think it's fortunate that we drove up and saw so many people here who believe so much in vaccinating their children and, of course, the adults. I was amazed to hear one child cry out of all of the children that we witnessed being vaccinated. So that's unlike some of the adults I've been around. So we want to thank all of you for the support. Continue to get the word out. We will do our part to make sure that Louisiana is safe. Thank you.
And I just want to piggyback on what Rose said. The brainchild really is our Health and Human Services facet. And I would be remiss if I did not give Danielle Kelly, Terry Sterling, and Pam Daniel credit. And Credina Beverly as well, I believe is your other facet chair. These young ladies really worked very hard to put these community partnerships together and to make sure that this event went off today. So thank you all, and we're just doing our part to try to eradicate this virus. Thank you so much for coming today.
And Ms. Temple, we wouldn't be here if you had not opened up your door, so please.
I'll be brief, but thank you all so much. When we started, and I'm a member of the Links organization as well, you know, we don't want to say that we thought the numbers would be low, but we were thinking 200 people, 250, and to see this overwhelming support and desire from the community, one, just the support of the community, but obviously the parents who know the importance of receiving this vaccination. We had to open our doors. We were excited about hosting this event, and we're looking forward to this just being a safer state all the way around. I'm a mom of 4, and so this is imperative that we do that, and so thank you all again for allowing our venue to be the host for this event.
So I'm going to close this out, but as mentioned, this event really could not have happened if it was not for so many community partners. You have many of them up here today, but you have several that hit the communities, have done phone calls, have pushed out information on social media, have done door knocking. And this is just one example of what we have to do across our state to keep our children and our families safe. As the governor mentioned, we're going into a tough moment, the holiday season, where we're all going to be celebrating. We love to spend time together in Louisiana with our family and friends. We're going to have folks coming over, but we also have to remember the environment that we're in and the success that we have seen over the last several months here in Louisiana. And it has been a struggle, but together we have made a success here, and we don't want to backstride. So we really do need the help of the community, our family, and friends to come together to say, let's celebrate our holidays in a safe manner. We know that our children have to go back to school after a week of Thanksgiving break. After 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's, our children are going back to school. So we need to do what we need to do to keep them safe. And the best tool that we have right now is getting them vaccinated. We do know that some folks need additional time to make that decision, and that is okay. That's why you have so many people here today that are willing to take time, have that conversation, and provide the information. I can't tell you how many students that I talked to in line today that urge their parents to bring them. Our children are ready. They want to do this. They are ready to get back to their lives. and we have to be willing to support them and provide that information. So to everybody who came here today, the parents and children, thank you for making today possible, and thank you for loving our state. Thank y'all.